Yo, what's good, fam? Welcome back to Street Ethics TV podcast, where we keep it real, break it down, and talk about what's moving the culture. On your host, 323 Committee, and today we diving deep into the game, specifically the men in hip hop, from the OGs who laid the foundation to the new cats switching up the sound. We're talking about their impact, their struggles, and how they holding it down in the world that's always watching. So grab your headphones, turn this up, and let's get into it. This is Street Ethics TV podcast. Let's roll. Alright, let's start at the roots. Hip hop came up from the streets, Bronx, New York, 70 vibes. Dudes like Kool Herc, Grandmaster Flash, and African Bambaataa weren't just spinning records. They were storytellers, grills of the block. These men took turntables and made them into weapons of expression, defiance, and survival. Back then, it was about the cipher, the hustle, and speaking truth when nobody else would. That raw energy, that's the DNA of every dude who's picked up a mic since. But fast forward to now, 2025, and the game's evolved, right? You got men in hip hop carrying that torch, but the landscape's wild different. Today, it's trap beats, SoundCloud flows, and TikTok challenges blowing up careers overnight. Cats like Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, and Drake still holding it down with bars that hit your soul, while your newer heads like Lil Baby or even underground kings like Freddie Gibbs keep that street ethic alive in their own way. But here's the question we gotta wrestle with: how do these men balance the art, the fame, and the pressure? See, being a man in hip hop ain't just about rhymes and chains. It's a gauntlet. You got the industry trying to box you in. Stay hard, don't show no weakness. Then you got the streets watching, waiting for you to slip or snitch. And now social media's got every move under a microscope. One wrong tweet, one shaky beef, and your whole legacy could catch fire. Look at dudes like Meek Mill, came up for nothing, faced the system head on, and still had to fight to prove his worth after taking L's in public. That's the tightrope these men gotta walk. And let's talk about the masculinity piece for a second. Hip hop's always been a space where men flex power, lyrically, physically, financially, but the culture shifting. You got artists like Kid Cudi or Tyler the Creator breaking molds, talking mental health, vulnerability, even queerness in ways that would have been taboo back in the 90s. But to each his own, 100 is their life. But not everyone's ready for it. Some fans still scream soft if they ain't glorifying the trap or the Glock. So where's the line? How do men in hip hop stay true to themselves when the codes keep changing? Now let's flip it to the ethics side, cause this is Street Ethics TV, right? The men running this game got influence that's bigger than the platinum plaques. They shape how young dudes see money, loyalty, even love. When Jay-Z drops a bar about generational wealth, that's a blueprint. When Nipsey Hussle, rest in peace, taught ownership and community, that was gospel. But on the flip, you got some rappers pushing poison, glorifying pills, violence, and clout chasing. As a man in hip hop, what you owe the culture that birthed you, that's the combo we need to have. And yo, let's not sleep on the legend still holding it down. Nas dropping heat in his 50s, proving age ain't nothing but a number. Snoop's out here evolving from gangster rap to cooking with Martha Stewart, Stella King. These dudes show you can adapt, grow, and still keep that street cred intact. That's the lesson for the young boys coming up. Hip hop's a marathon, not a sprint. Now that's going to end our segment for the day. When we return from a quick commercial break, we're going to get into our 10-question Q&A at Street Ethics TV Podcast.
There's a new podcast on the block and it's causing a stir. The Street Ethics TV Podcast. You can stream Street Ethics TV on Podbean. It's not your average podcast. It's a mix of news, entertainment, and pop culture with a unique perspective. They cover everything from the latest in entertainment to the street's perspective on current events. If you're a podcast lover like me, you have to check out Street Ethics TV on Podbean.
This is a call to all artists. Street Ethics TV Podcast wants you. Are you an artist with stories to tell and beats to share? Join us on Spotify and YouTube for an interview. Get exposure to a diverse audience. Be on the platform to showcase your art and music, engaging in the discussions on street culture, ethics, and creativity. How to apply? Send us a DM or email at therealstreetethics@gmail.com. Include your name, brief bio, and links to your work. Let us know why you want to be on the show. Let's amplify your voice and art together. We back at Street Ethics TV Podcast, and I'm your host 323 Committed T. On our shows, we feature a 10-question Q&A that we ask our audience. We're going to dive right into that. Question 1. How do you think the portrayal of masculinity in hip-hop has evolved over the past decade, and what's driving that change? Question 2. Who is one male hip-hop artist you think deserves more credit for influencing the culture, and why? Question 3. What role do you believe street credibility plays in shaping a male rapper's success today? Question 4. How do male hip-hop artists balance vulnerability and toughness in their lyrics, and who does it best? Question 5. In your opinion, what's the biggest challenge facing men in hip-hop right now? Money, fame, or staying authentic? Question 6. How has social media changed the way male rappers build their image and connect with fans? Question 7. Who is a male hip-hop figure from the past that you think could still dominate the game if they were active today, and why? Question 8. What's one stereotype about men in hip-hop that you wish would disappear, and how can the culture move past it? Question 9. How do you see fatherhood or family life influencing the music and persona of male rappers? And question 10, our last question of the day in our Q&A. If you could ask any male hip-hop artist, dead or alive, one question about their journey, who would it be and what would you ask? So where we at with men in hip-hop in 2025? They're the poets, the hustlers, the survivors, carrying a legacy that's heavy as hell, but still pushing it forward. They're flawed, they're brilliant, and they're us. Next episode, we might flip it. Talk women in hip-hop, because they running this too. But for now, I want to hear from y'all. What's your take? Who is holding the crown for men right now? Hit me up, drop a comment. As a matter of fact, leave your answers and comments in the comment section of this episode. And if you have any questions about today's show or any questions about today's Q&A, leave your comments in the comment section also, so we can chat and chop it up on our next episode of Street Ethics TV Podcast. Subscribe to Street Ethics TV Podcast on our YouTube channel and follow Street Ethics TV Podcast right here on Spotify.